While music historians claim Deep Purple effortlessly crafted their iconic album in a luxury Swiss studio, the brutal financial reality involved an unexpected corporate exile, a near disaster at a casino, and an abandoned theater. In late 1971, Deep Purple faced a crushing tax exile from the United Kingdom, forcing the wealthy rock band to flee across Europe with millions of pounds in assets on the line. Their grand plan was renting the Rolling Stones' mobile studio and parking it next to the luxurious casino of Montreux in Switzerland. Everything seemed perfectly arranged under the supervision of festival director Claude Nobs, until a catastrophic disaster unfolded during a Frank Zappa concert inside that exact casino. A fan fired a flare gun toward the ceiling, instantly igniting the rattan roof and reducing the entire legendary casino complex to smoldering ash in hours. Left stranded with an expensive mobile recording unit and 0 recording locations, the band watched millions of dollars in production potential evaporate into the Swiss sky. Claude Nobs quickly stepped in, offering the band a cold, echoey, abandoned theater on the edge of town, known simply as the Pavilion. The acoustic conditions inside the Pavilion were a nightmare for audio engineers, forcing the crew to string long cables through freezing hallways just to capture basic drum tracks. Yet, within those freezing concrete walls, deep magic happened as the band laid down the raw rhythmic foundations for what would become rock history's most recognizable guitar riff. But local authorities were watching closely, and angry neighbors living near the theater quickly flooded the local police station with noise complaints. Midway through recording their master track, local police officers stormed the building and ordered the band to halt all instruments immediately. With recording halted and time running out, the executive producers faced a catastrophic financial penalty if the album wasn't delivered to Warner Bros. Records on schedule. Desperate for a solution, Claude Nobs negotiated a final relocation to an empty Grand Hotel on the snowy slopes above Montreux, the Grand Hotel des Alpes. The hotel hallways were converted into impromptu control rooms, utilizing mattresses and carpets as sound baffles to salvage the troubled production. Operating in complete secrecy inside the hotel corridors, Ian Gillan and Ritchie Blackmore finally captured the blazing lyrics inspired by the burning casino across the lake. When Machine Head was finally released in March 1972, corporate executives had no idea that a disaster-ridden Exile would generate one of the highest-grossing rock albums ever created. The album debuted at #1 across multiple international charts, transforming a desperate tax escape into an unstoppable global empire for the band. Yet, behind the platinum plaques and sold-out stadium tours, deep personal fractures began forming among band members due to the extreme stress of the Montreux exile. Ritchie Blackmore and Ian Gillan spent months refusing to speak to each other outside of recording sessions, communicating solely through hotel management notes. The corporate machine behind Deep Purple capitalized on this internal tension, marketing the band's volatile chemistry as the ultimate symbol of authentic rock rebellion. Every single track on Machine Head carried the psychological scars of forced migration, strict deadlines, and European tax loopholes. Claude Nobs became immortalized forever in the opening lyrics of Smoke on the Water as Funky Claude, cementing his legacy in music industry history. Without that fateful fire at the Montreux Casino, the band would have recorded a standard, forgettable studio album within comfortable British surroundings. Instead, chaos forced innovation, turning a logistical nightmare into a masterclass in crisis management and high-pressure artistic execution. Major record labels soon adopted this high-risk exile strategy, sending rock icons to remote international locations to capture authentic creative desperation. The financial fallout of the tax exile ultimately reshaped how British musicians structured their global corporations and intellectual property rights for decades to come. Today, every time you stream Smoke on the Water, you are listening to the exact sonic byproduct of a burning casino and a desperate police eviction. The true genius of Machine Head wasn't just technical perfection. It was the sheer resilience of artists surviving against overwhelming corporate and environmental odds. As financial pressures and government taxes continue to squeeze creators today, the legendary 1971 Montreux session remains the ultimate testament to turning total disaster into pure gold. The fire may have destroyed the building, but it forged an immortal rock masterpiece that continues to echo across generations.